Hey guys, welcome back to the One Piece Today channel. After years of being mortal enemies, brothers Loki and HAJ Rudin have finally cleared up their misunderstanding. Even the new giant warrior pirates had to offer Loki their sincere apologies. Turns out he didn't kill his dad for a devil fruit. King Haro actually sacrificed himself for the country. That is exactly why Haro always refused the invitation from Rocksteady. Debak. Haro loved his country. But Loki took the blame to protect his father's reputation. Just like that, he set sail with the surviving soldiers to hunt down the god knights for revenge. We don't know their fate yet, but with Gab and Undeldurge are all as witnesses. HAJ Rudin has accepted his brother, hoping Loki helps protect LBF. Once the Sea Prism Stone came off, his power was absolutely terrifying. Loki was only weak because the Sea Stone was suppressing his devil fruit abilities. Wielding the Iron Thunder Ragnar, Loki unleashed ice attacks, the second element after lightning. The Dr. Augustar monster was instantly sealed, leaving Luffy completely wide-eyed in shock. Luffy saw Loki's combat power, but that was just a glimpse. The real fight starts now. In today's video, One Piece Today will break down predictions for the upcoming chapter 1172. This chapter likely continues the hype in the Underworld, where Luffy shows Loki Yonko's true power, and the surface, where Elbaf risks being swallowed whole by the world government. Expect a mix of classic One Piece humor and the intense build-up to a massive war. Chapter 1172 opens with Luffy amazed by Loki's strength. One move sealed that nightmare dive Augustar, an ancient mythical creature capable of destroying Elbaf, massive enough to be a nightmare for giants. Yet his Ragnar hammer handled it beautifully. Luffy couldn't hide his excitement at all. He hopped around praising the hammer, asking questions like a kid with a new toy. Luffy loves that thing. He called it cool, especially since it can freeze enemies. It didn't take long before Luffy straight up asked to borrow it. Loki paused, then smirked arrogantly. He wanted to test Luffy's true strength. So, he agreed, even though he knew for a fact that Ragnar would never let anyone else wield it. Loki tossed the hammer to Luffy, taunting, "Here, straw-head brat, show me what you got." Luffy jumped up, reaching for Ragnar. But the moment he touched the handle, everything changed. Ragnar's weight spiked instantly. Luffy was dragged down, slamming into the ground with a heavy thud, cracking the earth. Dust flew everywhere, making Loki laugh. Turns out, Ragnar can manipulate its weight at will, just like when it broke the floor and almost made Loki fall in the flashback. Loki explained coldly that only after Ragnar acknowledges him as master can he swing it effortlessly. He looked down on Luffy and mocked, "Weak chicken. Just like that red-haired guy." That hit a nerve. Luffy immediately screamed, "I told you not too bad, Miss Shanks." Suddenly, Luffy's aura changed. That familiar grin appeared, eyes glowing as he turned into sun god Nika. Luffy's body puffed up cartoon style. He flexed, arms bulging like Popeye after a can of spinach. With a determined shout, Luffy lifted Ragnar off the ground, defying its insane weight. Right then, he felt it. This hammer wasn't just a weapon. It felt like a living creature, observing and judging him. Suddenly, Ragnar summoned lightning, striking Luffy directly. A massive bolt from the sky engulfed his entire body. But, when the dust cleared, Luffy stood there, totally fine, laughing blankly. Lightning does nothing to NL's nightmare. Loki was shocked, his face twisted in classic Oda cartoon style. But Ragnar wasn't done yet. Electricity sparked wildly. But Luffy just got excited. He gripped the hammer, spun around, and threw it at the Drive Augustar statue. It smashed with a massive boom, shattering the statue and clearing the threat in the underworld. Luffy danced around, laughing like he just finished a fun game. Meanwhile, Loki stood frozen, a new thought crossing his mind. I've never heard of anyone lifting Ragnar besides its master. What is this kid? Then, Ragnar transformed. The hammer shrank into a cute little squirrel, quickly climbing onto Loki's head to stare at Luffy. Ragnar's true power revealed the mythical Zoan Inu Inu model Ratatoskr. That's a squirrel from Norse mythology, living on Yggdrasil, running messages between realms. That explains the lightning and ice powers. Furthermore, Ratatoskr has a superpower changing weight, similar to Miss Valentine's Kilo Kilo no Mi. Let's talk naming conventions. No, these are just my personal predictions. Why would a squirrel model fall under the dog fruit? First, squirrels and weasels are distantly related. Squirrels are rodents, while weasels are carnivores. They are both mammals but diverged early on. Still, you could say they are distant cousins. Second, Oda groups ZO and animals broadly. They don't need to be the exact species, just related families. Like Kaku's giraffe form is called the ox fruit, and the Tanuki teapot in 1.0 was introduced as the Inu Inu Nomi, model Tanuki. So, a mythical Zeo and squirrel Ratatoskr would likely be named the Inu Inu Nomi, model Ratatoskr. Back to chapter 1172. Seeing Ragnar transform, Luffy's eyes sparkled. He kept asking Loki what the hammer eats. He even tried to lure the squirrel, saying you and Chopper would be best friends. Loki snapped back. Get lost. Brett. He's my servant. Now, let's switch to the surface. A totally different vibe. Killingham's nightmares and IMU's demon army have almost taken over. Their target is Zoro, the most influential voice in LBF. If the West Village falls, Elbaf belongs to the world government. The kids are still on branch number 8 near the fire. Parents trying to save them are getting hurt by summer's thorns. Most LBF warriors retreated to defend the West Village against Killingham. It's their last line of defense. But the numbers are dropping due to IME's powers. Luckily, the new giant warrior pirates just arrived via the elevator to protect Jar. War has engulfed LBF. Suddenly, Sanji sensed Robin's tears. Without hesitation, Number 4 changed course and flew straight towards Summer. So, the battlefield is clearly divided. Giant pirates led by Dory and Brogy, plus Killingham's army, versus HAJ Ruden's crew. A battle of generations. Zoro will hold the line. He can use Conqueror's Haki to stop the monsters, a skill he's mastered through death matches. After that, we'll likely see a Zoro versus Killingham solo showdown. On the other side, Sanji will support Nami, Robin, Jinbei, and Brook to save the hostages. His main opponent is Summer. You dare hurt his Robin-chan? Your life is basically over. Hell, even without Conqueror's Haki, Sanji has Gaben there. Gaben might teach him a new power path to fight God Knights. That leaves IMU controlling the ancient army. This task is obviously reserved for Luffy and Loki. Back in the Underworld, Luffy and Loki stop bickering, because the situation on Elbaf is critical. Loki looked annoyed. I don't have time for you, Brett. And remember, I will never be your subordinate. He turned toward the Atom Tree. But Loki forgot one thing: Rubber Brain won't stop until he forces you to join. You can fly too, right? Luffy screamed to follow, but Loki didn't even look back. He finally unleashed LBF's legendary power. Oda kept it mysterious by drawing Loki's transformation as a silhouette. He looked up, his head elongated, sprouting fangs. A long jaw with sharp teeth appeared. Hands moved to his chest, palms facing each other, turning into claws. Loki's body grew massive. He stumped, spread wings covering the land, and shot into the sky. Loki's ability turns him into a creature, shaped like a western dragon. Luffy screamed in despair at being left behind, then started pedaling his legs, flying after him with that classic Gear 5 cartoon effect. However, Loki was much faster, leaving Luffy behind. On the surface, Loki's roar echoed across Elbaf. Killingham shuddered, sensing something terrifying. IMU couldn't ignore the presence of not one, but two monsters. His voice dropped. So, that's what killed Haro. And you too? Nika. IMU's Conqueror's Haki exploded, filling the space. Chapter 1172 ends here, setting up an inevitable war between Sun God Nika, the Dragon of Elbaf, and the self-proclaimed God of the World. Those are some potential developments for Chapter 1172. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, hit like, share, and subscribe to support One Piece today. For now, goodbye and see you next time.